But I do have $3 million. This is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all.
Andrew Tate just strike back at Jake Paul, and this time he's calling out something huge. Jake reportedly turned down a $3 million fight offer. Yes, you heard that right. The YouTuber turned boxer who loves to flex his undefeated streak apparently walked away from a massive payday to fight Tate. Why? Well, according to Tate, it's simple. Jack only steps into the ring when the odds are stacked in his favor. If
fight or send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life. Living out of a goofy, entitled like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Google if you want to know more. Any day, anytime.
Jake Tate isn't just calling him a coward, but he's exposing Jake's entire career strategy as one big scripted spectacle, and Jake awfully quiet right now, isn't he? Tate, on the other hand, is practically daring him to step up and face someone who actually knows how to fight. Will Jake keep dodging? Or is this the moment where he finally gets exposed for good?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yeah.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. Listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing, you know?
Showman than a real fighter, and once again he's made it his job to expose Jake for what he claims to be a cherry picker with a knack for dodging real competition. For those who might not be familiar with the drama, the feud between Andrew Tate and Jake Paul has been simmering for months, showing no signs of slowing down. Their battlefield, social media, where insults and challenges are exchanged like punches in a ring. Tate has boldly accused Jake of constructing an undefeated deeded record by selecting fighters he's confident he can defeat. And as if that wasn't enough, Tate even went as far as to claim that Jake's potential fight with Mike Tyson would be nothing but a scripted spectacle.
I made a little bit of money. I don't have $50 million to bet with you, but I do have $3 million to bet. This is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all. I'm 5 years.
Jake Paul wants a real fight. He should fight me, Tate declared confidently. That one line alone sent shockwaves across the internet. After all, Andrew Tate isn't just any random critic. He's a former kickboxing world champion with real fighting experience. For him to call Jake out so directly was like throwing gasoline on an already raging feud. Tate wasn't playing games. He openly challenged Jake to a fight, backing it up with a $3 million bet and an anytime, anywhere ultimatum. Tate has made it crystal clear that he doesn't believe Jake Paul is a legitimate fighter. He's repeatedly called Jake out for avoiding serious opponents and instead picking easy wins that help maintain his undefeated record. According to Tate, Jake's career is nothing more than a boxing highlight reel, but only because Jake controls the narrative. Every fight, every knockout, every win Jake has had fits perfectly into Tate's view of Jake's strategy was to stay undefeated without ever taking a real risk. Jake Paul picks opponents like he's picking items off a fast food menu. Tate mocked in one of his recent rants retired athletes, non-box over-the-hill fighters. He'll take them all as long as he knows he can win. And honestly, Tate isn't the only one raising eyebrows about Jake's choice of opponents. Critics across the boxing world have echoed similar sentiments, but no one delivers the message quite like Andrew Tate. Then there's the Mike Tyson rumor, the one that had fans buzzing and tabloids drooling. Jake Paul fighting one of the greatest boxers of all time sounds incredible, right? Not to Andrew Tate. In fact, Tate dismissed the whole thing as little more than a publicity stunt.
I'm sorry. Look, Andrew, fighter, legitimate, badass motherfucker, strong mentality. Sorry, Tristan Tate is a weakling.
I say let's.
He got a bad shoulder. He's shaped like a gingerbread man. I don't want no beef, but that's the illusion.
PFO will set this up.
MMA
10 million, 10 million for everybody.
You might have a fight on your hands.
Yeah, we'll go crazy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. No, seriously.
How about an action? Like I'm less talk now. Let's just fucking go.
Yeah, but you know for a fact, Me and Jake will travel to Romania.
There you go.
We will
Just another circus act designed to sell tickets and get views for Tate. The idea of Jake stepping into the ring with Tyson isn't a serious boxing match, it's a marketing ploy. And while Jake's fans might be hyped about the possibility, Tate isn't impressed. Instead, Tate doubled down on his challenge. Forget Tyson, fight me. Unlike Tyson, Tate is still in his prime and more than ready to settle this feud in the ring. It's a fight fans are dying to see. But whether Jake will accept is another question entirely. Let's break it down. Jake Paul chose to fight Mike Tyson instead of Andrew Tate because Tyson is the safer option. Yes, Tyson is a boxing icon, but let's not ignore the fact that he's 57 years old and well past his prime. Jake knew he could control the narrative in a Tyson fight. He knew it would sell pay-per-views because of Tyson's name, not because it would be a challenge. We all know that fight was scripted, and most importantly, he knew it wouldn't put his carefully curated record at risk. Go. Andrew Tate, a fighter in his mid-30s in top physical condition and with years of experience in combat sports. Tate is unpredictable, skilled, and absolutely not interested in playing Jake's game. If Jake stepped into the ring with Tate, he wouldn't just risk losing, he'd risk being exposed as the hobbyist. Tate accused him of being. Tate isn't just talking trash, he's playing a calculated game by publicly calling Jake out. He's placing him in a tight spot. Ignore it, and Jake looks scared. Accept it, and he risks losing to someone with actual fighting experience. Either way, Tate wins. If Jake thought his fans wouldn't notice his dodge, he was wrong. The backlash was swift and brutal, with even some of his supporters calling it a bad look. This could haunt Jake's career.
Fighter in a way that he never will. I'm known as a fighter in a way that if you throw me in a cell with a murderer, a rapist, and 2 drugs, people look at me and go, oh, hey, it's there. He was left with a higher male body count than he'd be on. That's how he was.
All his criticism, Andrew Tate has actually given Jake Paul a little bit of credit. Shocking, right? Tate has admitted that Jake's rise in boxing has brought a lot of attention to the sport. He even acknowledged Jake's talent of selling fights and generating buzz. But before you all think this is some kind of olive branch, let's be clear, Tate's compliments are laced with sarcasm. Sure, Jake Paul is great at selling tickets, Tate said, but selling tickets doesn't make you a real fighter. Ouch. That's Tate's way of saying Jake might be a good businessman, but he's still not stepping into the ring with real competition. The big question on everyone's mind is whether Andrew Tate and Jake Paul will actually fight. Fans are desperate to see it happen, and both men have hinted that it's a possibility. Tate has said he's more than willing to settle their differences in the ring, but only if the fight is real. No scripts, no gimmicks, just an honest match between two. Jake, however, hasn't committed to anything, and who can blame him? Fighting Tate would be a massive risk, right? That thing we all know. Unlike some of Jake's previous opponents, Tate is a trained fighter with years of experience. If you all don't know, then I will tell you, he's not a retired athlete or a social media star trying out boxing for fun. He's the real deal, and a fight with him would be Jake's toughest challenge yet. As this feud drags on, fans have taken sides. Some are firmly in Andrew Tate's corner, cheering him on as the guy brave enough to call out Jake Paul's antics. Others are sticking with Jake, arguing that Tate is just jealous of Jake's success and trying to ride his coattails. Then there are those who don't really care who's right.